Something's got to give.
You and revolutionary.
Give.
You and revolutionary.
Something's got to give.
You and revolutionary.
Fallen Spring.
Right, annual rental income 80,000, which is strong. Mr. Miller wants us to use a 6 multiplier to value.
That's too high.
He's coming in an hour to negotiate on it. Maybe you can step in.
All right. Boy, does a pretty good shine.
Harder working than most of them.
There may not be comps in Willis, but take a look at the other properties I own in the county. A 6 multiple is reasonable.
Your other buildings are in Conroe, which is booming with the oil finds, so I'm not sure this is a good comp.
Willis is booming too.
Hey, what are you doing up there, boy? You spying on these white people?
Come on, man, lighten up. I'm not the asshole you think I am.
You're a different kind of asshole, huh?
I've been told that, yeah. Come on, go outside and talk.
I have my eye on a place 2 blocks east of here. You interested?
You mean a partnership?
50-50. But on one condition. Bernard, I do business with people who turn away from me after we've shaken a deal and wash their hands because I'm a dirty Irishman. But they do business with me because I make them money. Now, you have the knack of knowing the untapped value of a building. You work the phones with me, work the investors. But when we need a face to sign a deal, that'll be me. And we'll make money. A lot of it.
50-50.
50-50.
And on starting to buy real estate in white-only neighborhoods, Mr. Gary?
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
And just how in the hell do you plan on pulling that off?
The same way we're gonna buy the banker's building.
You want me to what?
Be us. To the rest of the world.
I don't know anything about banking. I don't know how to buy a bank.
We're not actually buying a bank. We're buying a building that the banks are in. The banks are tenants.
Right.
You just be the face of our partnership.
You think I'm, qualified for this?
We'll teach you everything you need to know.
Look, this is downtown. The risk here is very low. Doesn't warrant a 12% return. I'm firm on the 10% cap rate.
I like you. First halfway decent golf game I've had since I've moved here. But if you want us to value this building at a 10% cap rate in a booming market where we can get 12% elsewhere, we're not going to give you an instant 25% profit in the markup. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 2 options. We get an 11% capital return rate, and you get your 25% profit in the markup. Or we get a 10.5% cap rate, and you take an 18% instead of a 25% markup. You can choose. But he can't help you.
And not what I expected, Matt Steiner. I'll take the latter. How'd I do?
You left $17,000 on the table.
Oh, well. What's the number?
$1,554,060. But we can call it an...
Think about all the good we can do for the Negro community down there. Help them buy homes, start businesses. And aside from all that, that bank is undervalued. There's enough capital to double its loan base. We can make a lot of money.
We make a lot of money now. You gonna stand there with a straight face and tell me there's a business argument to do this? This is social activism, Bernard. Plain and simple. There's plenty of other ways to do that. Or maybe you feeling guilty about leaving your father behind. Well, let me tell you this. If one trip home can cripple your rational functions like this, we in trouble.
Well, what all...
I hate it here.
We've only been here 3 months.
It's enough time to know. Why did you agree to do this?
You know, making $25,000 a year, we bought this house with 1 month's salary.
When you started with them, you said they were going to make you a partner.
Yeah, and...
A partner isn't on a salary. A partner's an owner. Isn't that what you always told me you wanted to be?
And I will be. And on the next bank we buy.
You're buying another one.
We're thinking about it, yeah.
That would be something. Wouldn't it?
If this was easy, somebody else would have done it a long time ago.
Something's got to give.
You're a revolutionary.